Hello and welcome to the 2018 OBL Draft Show. I'm your host, filling in for Cole Seaman, Jack Demarco. We're going to go run through all the picks in the draft. We have our esteemed panel here. Championship MVP, Tommy McGuan. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Chris Two Hands Heilman. And then last year's champion captain, Kyle Bradley. Picture with his championship trophy, of course. So all of us on the panel here haven't seen the results of the draft, so you're going to be getting our live reaction. If you're tuning in just as a player and you want to see where you got picked, hopefully this is an exciting format for you. If you're a fan of the league, this is where you see where your franchises are built. If you're a fan of my team, I'm sorry, I'm no longer a team. The heart breaks over.
You're not breaking anyone's heart.
My mom would probably be. And we'll just get into the first pick. I think we all know who's coming here.
I don't know.
Owen Havik has the first pick, and we'll see who he selected.
Oh,
Evan Locke.
Yeah, nice pick. I was gonna clap. I saw you go clap, and I was like, no, wait, we don't clap for these things.
That one's pretty obvious. We'll run through. What do you guys think about that pick?
Do you want to go with your comparison first?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking player comps here, I see one really, and that's Luka Doncic. I mean, he's going to go number 1 or number 2 in the draft. He's a combo wing, just like Evan, can score anywhere. Just an elite player, really, and that's what we're looking at here. Makes sense for that pick.
Yep, Chris. Anyone else?
Well, obviously I've been a teammate with Evan, I think 2 years now. Won a championship with him, so we have that, that connection, that brotherhood that lives forever.
Yep.
Like his game overall. He goes Luka Doncic, I go LeBron James. Of course, he goes to South Carolina. You have Frank Martin down there, coaches defense. So maybe in the offseason, improve defense to become an overall better player, but I like his game a lot.
Yeah, I think that sums it up. You got anything else to add to that?
I've never had the pleasure to play with Evan, but he's hands down this year the best player in the league, I think, in my opinion. And I think his stats in the past show it. He's a cock down south, but and like I think the only con in his gameplay is that he has to play with others that aren't good at basketball, like he is.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And now moving on to the second pick. This is where it starts to get a little shaky. Brian Boyd was pretty much slated to go in this spot, but recently we heard that he was going to drop out. He's no longer with us. He's alive, just no longer in the league.
R.I.P. that man.
So Austin has the pleasure of making this selection. We'll see who he took.
Oh! Shaking it up.
Tommy McGuan out of the St. Joe's University. What do you guys think of this pick?
I like the fun fact, row, down the stream. I can't see what's in between there. Doesn't play with others. Yeah, I mean, you do have the infamous game with Tommy where he came to the game and just left us out to dry. We lost by the point. But, obviously, that was a couple years ago. I think he's learned from that lesson. You can see his draft stock improved since then. So, overall, great player.
And I think furthermore here, you're looking at a player that can really be a leader because after I kind of bailed on the team last year, we still ended up winning. So Tommy can lead a team on his own and he can hit those jumpers. And he was wet the other day when we were playing with him, and he'll probably be wet during the season.
Yeah, that's what I'd have to add. I think Tommy's mid-range jumper is probably as an elite of scoring option as you have in the OBL. How do you feel about going to Austin's team second overall?
I'm very excited. I mean, Austin lived right next to him, knew him since middle school. Very excited to play with him again.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
So big squad.
Yeah.
You guaranteed a championship.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Wow. Bulletin board material there, folks. Keep that one posted.
Moving on to the third pick with John Diggin. I think we probably know where this one's going, but we'll take a peek. Also out of the University of South Carolina, Ryan Laux.
Has never thrown Jack Demarco.
That is a con.
Interesting. I agree with that con.
So what do we think of that?
Yeah, we're gonna put it in after post. Live post. Live post draft show.
Okay, Brad, you want to start
Alright,
us?
so I mean, obviously Laux is really good. He's tall, which is always a plus. I think he might benefit from the move the move basket because his game needs a little bit of range. So with that one side being opened up, we're going to see a little more effectiveness from his game where he doesn't have to be closed down anymore on that side. I think he'll be pretty effective here, so I think that's a good pick for Sean. I think he's been on Sean's team a couple times.
Yeah, and obviously to point out, that's a
Yeah,
good point with the moved rims. The nets are now in the center, so that's going to be a big change of the game.
I know
A
this
lot
is,
more defense, a lot more open play.
This is kind of off topic, but what are we doing with the three-pointer?
Three-pointer, the kid's adjusting it. It's going to stay at 27 feet, so we're going to be same.
Oh, we're
As
just
we've been.
okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, that's
Cool.
fine.
Moving on to the next one. We have Seth selecting. Seth is actually in the house for this. We'll probably bring him on a little later. Will Rubel,
Willie
out of
Rubs.
St. Joe's. So we're alternating. Here we go, South Carolina, St. Joe's, South Carolina, St. Joe's. Rubel's draft stock has risen as of late. I'd say probably year 2. No one's expecting him 4th overall,
You
but now
kind
he's
of talk
there.
trash about his game, though.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think I talked anything.
Well, all right, we're not going to say that in front of the camera. It's fine.
I love when he's on my team.
All right, I mean, I like that face there. It's a cute face.
Great smile.
Was that a cheeseburger?
It looks like a club to me.
All right.
Maybe go with some.
Piece it up.
Not a cheeseburger.
I mean, what can we
Are
say?
you
Scores
sure it's not
inside,
cheeseburger?
has an outside shot.
I think that's a cheeseburger.
It's just not. Like,
There's lettuce and tomatoes
No,
on
there's
the
there's
bread.
no way. There's
the
the
amount of
bun.
lettuce
They're
on
not
that
putting on the bun.
cheeseburger.
Listen, all right,
There's not even
we'll have to wait for
bun.
Will's comment on this,
Yeah.
but I think that's a cheeseburger.
Yeah, so that's good. Rubel, congrats on going 4th overall.
Yeah.
On to Connor, who will be picking twice here into the first round. This is where it starts to get interesting as well. Gareth Chapman.
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa!
I did not anticipate that pick there.
Can
You know
get
what?
hot.
He can get hot. He had the scoring record for about 12 days? Ish?
11.
Yeah, I think that's right.
11 days. It's right there. Yeah, I mean,
There's a
he
kid.
can score. Yeah, there's a camera.
No, there's not.
He can score real fast. I mean, big presence around the net.
Yeah, 8.7 points per game.
Okay, Brad, he was also on your
Yeah,
team
he
for
was
a
on-
number of years.
My championship team last season. It's always good to have the height inside. Gareth definitely has height. He can get pretty much just collects boards, and that's pretty much what you need in the OBL because people don't really make shots. So
I mean, he's definitely an old-time OBL type of player. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
new OBL, it's kind of moving towards deeper shots. People want to be the flashy three-point
Yeah.
type of guy. Gareth knows what he's good at. He sticks to the old-time game, grinds down low, grabs the rebounds. I like his game overall.
Would you compare him to a Will Chamberlain?
Oh, nah.
Is that
How about like a
Russell.
what's the the old Pacers center? Roy Hibbert. Roy
Oh,
Hibbert.
Roy Hibbert?
Roy,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
man.
Roy Hibbert.
He
That's
sucks
that's
now.
good.
Work
player
Greg
comp.
Monroe.
And
Just, you know.
Roy Hibbert with a nice turnaround J. And
Yeah,
Yes.
yes,
Agreed.
yeah. That goes in about like 5% of the time, but yeah.
That's
I
what you need.
agree.
That's what you need.
No,
When it
I
goes
know.
in, let's
That's
not-
a good percentage of the OBL. That's not
Yeah,
shade.
I'd agree. All right, that wraps up our first round. We're going to move on to our second round here. Connor, obviously being a snake draft, will be selecting 6th. See who he gets to compare. Wow!
Oh,
Wow. I like this pick. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I like this pick.
That's the hottest take I've heard all day.
I like it. I like it. See, 3.1 points per game, so you know what he's giving you. I mean, obviously, this
You know
is
he has room to go up. He is improved. I hope he's improving. This
You know what?
year.
I think Connor is going for the stats. Is that fair to say? He doesn't want the wins. He wants the stats.
Are you feeling like a Russell Westbrook
Yeah,
type player?
yeah. Like just support himself with bums, so there's excuses when he lose, and then like just get all the
Where
points
does
you can.
Connor go to school? Does he go to Westchester?
Westchester.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a connection.
They train.
They go to
Maybe,
Westchester,
yeah, maybe
they might
they work
train
in the
together.
That's what he said in the
Maybe.
draft.
Yeah. He's got inside info that.
Last
no
year
one
we
else
did
has.
hear that it was going to be Dez 2.0, and I mean, it was the same as usual, but I mean,
Probably
I
Dez
hope for him
3.0.
that he comes out well this year.
Yeah, I think.
I'm very surprised to see him at 6. I think most of the mocks had him going around the turnaround in the 4th. He probably would have been there, but I mean, if you want that guy, you got to go get him.
Yeah, exactly. There's no pick too high if you want a guy.
That's what I'm saying. And I mean, Connor doesn't pick again until the last pick of the
Well,
third
yeah,
round.
Yeah, so he's got some time. So.
I mean, maybe he wouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. You never know.
Gotta grab a guy to get
Interesting
him.
pick.
All
That's
right,
all I gotta say.
7th pick overall now in the draft going to Sean.
No, wait, no, it's Seth, isn't it?
Oh, Seth, I apologize.
Boy.
Kevin Singer.
There we go.
No,
That's
that's
good.
good. Nice
Good
pick.
pick,
Nice
good
pick.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
inside out guy, yeah. You
He's
want to talk about that?
Another member of the championship squad last year. Like to see my boys going high here. That's what you want to see though, some height inside. What I was gonna say about the last pick is that You need that height if you're in the first couple rounds because there's premium on height in this league. So
That's also true.
grab Kevin here. Here's your pick. Will, 2 guys inside.
Oh yeah, big bodies.
That's a
big
presence,
bodies.
and that's what you need to win.
You have 2 new age big men. You know, those guys, they can, I mean, obviously protect the rim, but they can step out and knock a few if you want them to.
Yeah.
Singers like Gareth too. When he gets hot, like he's hot. I remember last year he came to one of our games. Came in late, but he came in, he hit like 5 shots in a row. We turned
I believe that was a championship game, actually.
Now, the real question is, with Seth on that team and Singer likes to shoot a little bit, and I mean, Gareth puts up his fair amount of shots, will there be any issue? Oh, Rubel, I apologize.
Little ball issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There are 3 guys that like to shoot the ball out, like to have the ball.
3 guys that like balls and one ball.
There's only one ball.
Issue?
That is
Yeah,
right.
that is
true. Only one
Again,
ball out there.
This is
Alright.
the storyline we'll have to follow for the
Yeah, we're going to have to keep
Put a
that.
bookmark in this one, folks, because we're going to have to come back to this story.
Yeah. Now moving on to the 8th pick. In the middle of the draft, we have Sean selecting Pat Durant. I think that's what we expected there.
I like that pick.
Word was that Pat has been conditioning in the offseason. I actually saw him downtown running around a little bit.
Looking good.
Looked like he was in prime shape. Yeah.
I've heard he's slimmed down. I've heard that's the word on the pickup game the other day.
Yeah.
Do we have an estimate number of LBSs that were lost in the offseason?
I don't.
No idea.
Um,
But I mean, Pat's
15.
Pat's got good.
I heard 15.
Pat's got good hands. I mean, he makes some good post moves.
Is that
He scored a decent amount.
Is that
Yeah, you don't want
very
to be running up
sweaty
against
to
someone's leg paint.
Yeah, but it's like a
That's
pro
like
for
an
him. It's
advantage
a con
for
for
the
us.
team.
Hey, Pat's someone
Yeah.
who goes hard in the
But
paint,
then-
and when you go hard in the paint, it gets sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Anything else to add on that one? I think, that's a good pick in that spot.
He's a good shirts v skins guy.
Well, that's
Yeah,
also,
fact.
I mean, Sean, Laux, and Pat are all good friends, so
Yeah.
that's more.
Yeah, well,
that's a
chemistry.
Look at him. I like it.
Yeah, good point.
Now moving on to the 9th pick, we have
Awesome.
Austin Kingsley. Selecting Harrison Cohen.
Yup.
Going for a little Twin
Yup.
Towers action there. That's. I mean,
I
I like
love this
stacking
pick.
the big men.
I love this pick.
No, I'm gonna have to disagree there. Off
This-
the field issues, red flag. No, thank you. I
This
think
is
it's
a-
too high for this.
He's developed a mid-range jumper. I saw it the other day. We were
That's
playing
true,
pickup
yeah.
with him. He's come to multiple pickup games. He's been texting about pickup. I mean, this is a committed player. So far, I think this is the biggest team this far in the draft. I mean, we got a real tall squad, so I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, as K. Brad said earlier, premium on size. They went out and they got their size.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do now.
Yes. So last pick in the second round, rounding it off here is going to be Owen Havoc. We'll see who he selected. Sure, I agreed. I think that's where
As
most
the
mocks have him
mocks
going.
predicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of Bloomsburg University, wonder if that D2 talent kind of.
Now, this kid, I've seen many Snapchat stories, is very good at Fortnite, and I think that'll translate to the court.
Yeah, but you gotta think: is his focus on the game, or is it
Yeah.
on Fortnite?
That's also true. I mean,
That's
get
a very
issues
good
with
You gotta
David
be
Price.
dedicated to your craft in order to
Yeah.
become the best at it.
That's
Yeah, let's
true.
get some buckets instead of the battle royales here.
But I mean, as the pros and cons state, he's consistent. He's getting 5.1 a game, so I mean that's what you're looking for.
That is good numbers.
So now we're gonna move
it's
on
not
to.
terrible.
Okay, right, you gotta
I
hit
like
the
those
sales term.
numbers. That's like
I mean,
Consistently.
that's kind of the pick you expect here. I feel like I draft spread a lot.
Yeah.
So not much to say. I mean, they've been together, so maybe the chemistry we talked about, and you
Yep.
see how it works out with the size.
Nice. All right, we'll move on to the first pick in the third round. Also, Owen here in the snake. Let's see who he's got. Sam Colton again.
Nice,
As the mock
nice.
said.
Stacking big men. Seems like big men at a premium here, unless you're Connor. It's good to see Sam get picked here, I think, right?
Yeah, you wonder if Bobby Huggins has been running him down there at West Virginia. Or
Yeah,
not,
maybe.
'cause if he could come out with the press in that last 2 minutes, that's big for the OBL.
I don't think Sam has ever
Yeah,
pressed.
that system might not carry over though with only the last 2-minute restriction.
Yeah.
And most teams are pressing that anyway, so
Yeah.
not
That's
too
true.
much of a new system.
You're not built for the up and down game. But
Yeah, but I mean, Sam, good talent out of West Virginia. We'll move it on now to the second pick of the third round. We have Austin back on the clock. He takes Fish out of the Ohio State University.
Yup.
I mean, you look at Fish's numbers,
I know
8.3 a game.
Salty.
That's pretty good. I mean, I know going in, I don't think Fish. I wouldn't have thought that Fish scored 8.3. Is that?
no, I think that's fair to say.
I mean,
Yeah.
numbers don't lie.
I mean, but just like the pro says, high motor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either, but he definitely has a high motor. He's
definitely one of
very
the hardest
energetic.
workers in the league.
Yup.
Yeah.
I see this is a good defensive team.
Yeah, I'd say pretty good pick here.
I think him and B Crow rival for that like
high motor energy.
Yeah,
Fish
just
plays with a little more
getting
control though.
after
Yeah.
Fish definitely has the edge over
Fish
you,
plays a
Crow.
little more out of control with the mental game, but Crow's body's out
Because
of
Crow
control.
pulls out that Euro step where he takes like 5 steps. And like, it's
And,
just like,
launches
what,
it
like,
over the
what?
ice.
Steps Euro.
You hate to call a walk, but I mean, that's one of the times you got to. There we go.
Is Crow back this year?
No, Crow is out.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
That's a shame.
So moving on down to the
Bench
next
press
pick
is going
in
down.
the third round, we have.
Whoa!
Wow.
There it is. That
Ray
was one of
Bonds.
the things that we were going to lead in with. Ray Bordley, where would he go?
Who
Pretty
drafted him?
Sean.
Okay.
In the third round. Pretty unknown talent. I mean, reports where I've been talking to him a lot, and I've heard that he's slimmed down some pounds. If you look at
No, don't
James'
believe it. He
report,
says that every year.
I've heard he's been working
Yeah.
at Salad so I believe it.
Salad Works is no longer open though, so.
Yeah, it's
no.
becoming a donut shop.
Oh, really?
Duck Donuts. I heard it the other
Yo!
day. Yeah,
Please
coming to
Yeah.
Salad Works.
Wow.
Ray Bordley is
So I mean, what do you guys think? This is
Yeah.
probably one of the more talking
Yeah,
points of the
yeah.
draft here.
I don't like it.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I mean, I like Ray. I just think there's size and there's too much size, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, size, yeah, too much size, it's like you're immobile. You can't get up and down the court. And Ray bases his play off his 2K gameplay. He likes to shoot the ball a lot. He goes off his ratings. He has like a 95 open layup, so he thinks he's going to make it every time when it's contested. I mean, I don't know. It's risky, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Ray coming to a game last year at some point in time, and my car was parked behind the net, and it was to stop balls, and he missed everything and hit my car straight on. I think there
It
was
was a
almost
huge
damage
day.
Just
to it.
a line drive right into the side.
So I'm not trusting his shooting ability.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, he's going to be the guy that most people watch throughout the year. Obviously, with his size, he's going to have the ability to take over games if he can get up and down and make layups. So, I mean,
Also, he was supposed to show up to 2 pro days, and
yeah, he bailed out.
he did not show up. So.
Okay, Brad?
I have this is not necessarily related to Ray, but this just thought I've been pondering. I wonder how the new court setup will affect the size meta that
Yeah.
we've seen in the last few years.
Good point.
I don't know if you guys have any thoughts of that. I think it could hurt the size advantage that we see as we get the shift from court. Because, I mean,
No, I'd also
No,
agree.
yeah.
when you got that short side, I mean, everyone's just kind of packed in there and you can just bulk some people in. But
Yeah.
some of these tall guys might get exposed if they have to defend some nice wings out on the
Are you
side.
saying
I
it was a
don't
small guy that proposed to the township moving the courts to the middle to bust?
Could have been. Could have been.
You might have to stay and learn on that one.
Danny.
Alright, Dan, like,
Dave
So now
Barry would,
moving on
yeah.
to the next pick, we got Seth in the third round. He went on and
With the
decided
red
to
button.
select.
So, he's-
No,
Yeah.
Again, Hey Brad, that's a good talking point again because I mean, same thing right there. That's a big man. He's nothing but a big man. I mean,
nothing but a big man.
yeah, I mean, he's at his best when he's standing underneath the net contesting shots.
Yeah.
I mean, the real question is, will Noah try to evolve his point guard play a little more? Because he loves to do that. When he grabs a rebound, he's 94 feet. He's taking that ball and he is running with it. It'll be interesting to see if he wants to keep.
He evolved his game last year though, as in he kind of reined that in. I mean,
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that I think he'd continue to do that because he had better results last year. He has been working out down in Chester, so he says. So we'll see what that did for his game.
All right.
Now moving on to Connor after picking Dez in the second. He went with me.
Oh!
I'm not the worst pick in this draft, though, so that's good.
Yeah, but the worst pick that you proclaimed is on your team. So now you said it's the worst pick, and now you have locker room trouble because you're just calling out how bad of a pick it was.
I think
this is blown up in your face big time.
No, I think Dez is a good player. I think according to the box, he might be a little
No,
early.
No,
Let's
you
see
can
how-
rewind the tape if you want to check the
Let's
Marco's
see how he
original.
gets out of it. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Try and get out of it.
go ahead.
I just explained myself.
Personal statement to Dez.
Dez, I'm happy to be playing with you, and hopefully we can bring out a chip.
Oh,
That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Like I said, though, I'm happy to be on this team. I think Connor is the guy that I want to go to start out the draft. What'd you say?
Russell Westbrook surrounded by
Yeah, my fault.
That take is evolving the where we go.
Well, hopefully at fourth we don't take another quote unquote bump. But I think the bumps will come out to play. That's all I gotta
I
say.
have a point here. Maybe Connor is, along with what I was saying earlier, he's seeing that maybe shift away from the big size game and trying to get some small skill. Well,
Yeah.
skill. But that could be what he's thinking here. He doesn't want these tall guys that can't handle the rock, more spacing. He's trying to get some guys that can dribble a little bit. And I mean, Jack can dribble to the hoop, so.
Yeah.
I think Connor Bowsley was like a Jeremy Grant on the Thunder. That guy that Russell will kick it to in the corner for an open three and then like hit off the top of the backboard and like go on shots and they'll be like, hey,
I can feel that
it's
wrong.
my
I mean,
fault.
Connor's going up to backpack. I'm not gonna lie. He's going up back.
I mean, but Connor's got the skill to backpack.
Yeah,
so
he
I
does.
mean,
No, he definitely
He
does.
if Connor's scoring 25 a night, me and Dez kick in, 5 a pop.
7.
And 35.
Don't
I
sell
mean,
yourself short. 7.
Connor last year was the leading scorer in the league, so I have no doubts that he can do it again.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm excited for this team. Let's see who we took next pick. Kyle Ball. Okay,
There you go.
that's
Wait, is that
That's
Connor's
good.
pick?
Yeah.
That's Connor's pick.
A lot of scores.
So we are.
Leave part 2.
So
Is
we
that,
are.
Wait, is that 17 points per game or 1.7?
1.7.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, again, kind of consistent with the theme. We're not going to have a lot of scoring, but I mean, Ball adds that element of defense we need. If we're going to be a low-scoring squad, got to hold other teams, 36
I think-
points.
Yeah, I think the 1-2 pick with you and him made kind of sense because your con was suspect defense.
Yeah.
Ball known for his defense, so it's a little bit of a.
And I mean, we're giving up some size, kind of going with the Warriors mentality here.
I like
Do
it.
we have the talent of the Warriors? No. Do we have the heart? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a good
we
take.
might end up running into the same situation. I mean, yeah, a skilled team might get you the wins in the regular season, right, as we saw last year. But when it came to the playoffs, I mean, my team was the tallest in the league, and we were just able to beat like everyone just because we were taller.
You don't think that your wins had an impact on people not being able to show up to games?
like when?
Like playing Austin without Evan.
Well, I
Playing my
I
team
also
without Kim.
was I there?
No, you weren't there.
No, so yeah. And then
Caught you.
and then
But are you comparing yourself to an Evan type player?
I'm pretty elite.
I mean, he
I would
has
agree.
put himself
I like
as top 3 point guards in the league. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Chip's a chip to Mark.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Hopefully, I'll be holding that at the end of next year.
Oh, okay. Okay.
oh, okay.
You're just calling out your whole team.
I didn't pull out my
Whatever you
team.
say, guy.
Moving on here. We're going on.
Oh.
We got
Whoa.
Seth with TD.
Nice
I
pick.
like it.
Nice
I like
pick,
it.
Seth. Nice pick.
TD known as the most veteran locker room guy. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, big time.
he was showing up at our preseason game the other day.
Scored a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean, he scored a ton. He's making his open layups. He's
Yeah.
also extended his range a little. I mean,
Oh.
his baseline jumper, I mean, I think he's scoring from a little further out than usual.
Okay.
He's shooting a little more in rhythm, which you like to see. And obviously high motor, kind of like Fish, but not to the
Yeah.
same extent. But I mean, if you got guys willing to run up and down the floor, you're at a big advantage.
No, TD's that guy that can find the open space on the court right near
Yeah.
the basket and get the job done for you. He's a very good, very crucial part of
Yeah.
championship teams, in my opinion. Need a guy like him.
I'd agree.
Yeah, like in our pickup game the other day, he was just outrunning people almost. Like, he's got that stamina and
Big time.
gets up and down the court and gets those easy buckets. So,
Agree.
bucket's a bucket.
Going back to Connor's team, though. Connor,
Shook. Absolutely shook.
I'm just kind of
He
processing it
shook
all.
for the first day. The first day of like the game, he walks up and Des is just giving him that look like, "What's up, man? We gonna do this right now?"
I was actually just going to talk about Connor. I think Connor makes everyone around him better. And I mean, if you have guys that,
How much better?
hopefully marginally. I mean, but no, if he's making the guys around him better, he's getting guys that are making cuts to the net. That opens up his game too. I think we got a lot of guys that'll have some motion in the offense.
Are you
So-
gonna cut to the 10 or camp the 3?
I've developed a little more of an inside game in the offseason. The three isn't as viable of an option anymore. But we'll move it on now. Mid round, Sean in the 4th here. He is selecting Cooper
Cooper
out of Westchester.
goes to Indy 500. I like that fact. No, it's a con. It's a con. My bad. My
He
bad.
misses a game a year because of it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take a personal day every once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, decent pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Can't
I think
beat
some
it.
pretty good value there, honestly. I mean, he's going to play some good defense for you.
He's the guy that's gonna back your team. If there's ever a little scrap going down,
Yeah.
he's gonna
Yeah.
stand up for you. As long as you show him the respect, he'll show you the respect right back. I think.
I'd agree.
Solid
pick here.
physical player.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like that. Moving on now, we're going to have Austin picking in the 4th.
Yes.
Yup! Value pick in the draft. Value pick.
Yes. Yes. High motor. You, Austin. Is that what we have right now?
And Harrison. And Fish.
Bet.
And Fish.
Harrison, I take back the red card comment. I apologize. Red flag, not red flag.
College Villanova. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, we're figuring it out.
You're on the team.
That's all that
Is
matters.
there going to be like an eligibility problem?
Oh, do I have to sit out a year?
I don't know. Maybe
Wait,
we'll
you have
give you a
Villanova?
waiver.
Well, I think the
Oh, you are?
upcoming year, yeah. So
Okay, did
yeah.
not know that.
Yeah, upcoming, yeah.
It sounded
I like
better than
that.
Penn State.
Breaking news.
Yeah,
I drafted a guy out of Villanova 2 rounds higher than the guy out of Penn State.
that's gotta say. I mean,
Damn, that's hard. Congrats on that.
Hey, thank you, I appreciate it. When that was,
That was bad.
Now,
You know
we'll
what?
talk about more about this
we'll
later.
pour that out. Just kidding, we probably won't. But I mean, Jay obviously, this is how it happened. Just to let you know, Jay saw DiVincenzo going for the combine, right?
I'm getting a text from my captain.
No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So he decides, you know what, we gotta bring in someone. A nice little transfer to fill in the squad. So I got the call. I decided, you know what, I'll take it. I'll go try to help out the squad as much as I can.
Yeah, and I mean,
I like
obviously you're the career leader in threes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that adds a good outside presence to the two big men you have inside.
Okay.
Tommy, you don't shoot threes, so I mean,
No.
that adds some depth that you need.
He's
Oh, yeah. Wait, is Gareth on my team? Oh, okay, that's fine.
I mean, if you're going to be in the ASU,
I wanted to
you're the highest
make-
caliber.
I wanted to make sure I was forgetting. Yeah, I mean,
You're tip top.
I was gonna bring that up when we drafted.
happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a rivalry game. I'm gonna call him out right now. I want to see you on the court,
Yep,
Gareth.
that's
That's-
it.
I respect that. Now we're gonna move it on to where are we at? We got Owen.
Owen.
Yeah, Owen picking last in the fourth. And Fro.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know, that's a
What
little
pick is
early in
this?
the month. It's last pick in the fourth round
And whose team is it?
to Owen. So, I mean, kind of a branching out. I think Fro, I mean, he's been trapped on my franchise the past few years. So I think moving is pretty good for him.
No, I think, yeah.
So I think he'll play well in that system. His mid-range J, I mean, if it's on that day, that adds a big element. Not comparable to yours, but I mean, if he's hitting 60% from mid-range in the game, that could see some points.
I think me and T made mock last night, and
Boost the
we had
numbers.
Fro going around here. We had Fro going to Owen's team, and I think that's good. I think he needs someone like a playmaker like Evan on his team. And I hope his game play a lot.
I'm kind of surprised Owen would take Fro. I didn't really see that. I kind of, if I would have had to see something, I'd probably see.
Yeah, I didn't see Owen taking Fro either,
Well,
honestly.
see,
but-
usually Fro, you take Fro, and then Fro gets mad because he knows he's on a bad team. So,
I mean,
kind of, congratulations, Fro. I guess that's my comment.
moving on now to Austin's pick.
Well, no, it's
No.
Owen's
Owen, Chuck.
bad pick.
I'm gonna be honest, I think Chuck's a great value here in the fifth round. I mean,
No, but see, here's the problem though. Chuck feels disrespected right now
Yeah.
because Fro got taken ahead of Chuck.
facts.
So now there's like a little bit of an
Oh,
issue there.
little
'Cause
bit of an
Fro,
inside
I mean, not
beef,
Chuck is definitely thinking like, I got game. Like, I wear that Doug McDermott jersey, I can go out there and make some jumpers. But now you got Fro taking ahead of you. He's definitely a little bit rattled right now. I don't know how this is gonna work out.
Yeah, I think Chuck's good. He'll add some points again. I mean, obviously, Shaw taking the third round a little high last year. I think this is probably around the spot he should be going. Maybe a little higher, but I mean, I think it's a good value pick.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have some issues. He's a warm weather player now, going
Yeah.
to Clemson.
Yeah.
Good
And
point.
it's summer though. It's
Oh,
hot.
it is
Yes.
summer. I did forget that.
So we're gonna move on now to Austin's pick of the fifth round.
I kind of like the
Cut
theory.
that part out.
Tony
Oh,
Lee.
baby.
Oh, yes! Wait, that's our squad, right?
As you can
Yes.
see, this kid
Yes.
gets bitches.
Yes.
Look at that.
Wow. I also want to. I took a peek at the slideshow before. I think we have to point out the comparison between Tony's picture and Chiz's picture. You got to think that shows an accurate representation of the college lifestyle for both
Oh,
these
yeah.
players. Just a little
Well,
future to this
excuse you, it's not college.
It's good.
It's
Coastal. You're right. I apologize. I like it.
Tony, obviously a high defense guy. He has a big bust potential. He gets other players in the league a little pissed off. So I mean,
Yeah.
he's got to learn to rein it in. I think a little
No,
bit this year.
no, we don't want to bring it in.
No,
we want
I
to talking that
honestly-
smack and meaning that
Yeah,
business
look-
out in that.
I
Look for
love
the
this
look
kid.
for the speed and strength this year.
Fish, Tony beef.
He also is looking to beef a little with Fish. I
Oh.
believe the quote was,
Wait.
"I warm up with his PRs." You can interpret that how you want, but it was said multiple times.
And where did Fish end up?
He's on our team.
Oh, okay. So
Fish already got
I mean, more like
Oh, they're on the same team.
No, no,
Oh, it's locker room.
Yeah, so
No,
that
see,
could be a problem.
It's not locker room because what we'll do is we'll make it a competition between them on the court.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna probably be competing for the same spot because I mean, there isn't much room for Fish.
No,
below, I
Tony
think,
would play
Harrison
in a
and
point
Austin.
guard.
Yeah.
Tony point guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
Is that like
No, 'cause-
official?
That's me talking, so it's not official.
Alright.
But I mean, he was playing the other day in pickup, and he was looking really good.
Was he composed?
Yeah, he was. He was making some buckets. He was driving the lane well. Tony's really good on defense. At least he has been. And I think it just adds to the defensive stature of our team.
That's good. All right, we're going to move it on now to the next pick, Shaw in the 5th round. This is where you can really get some steals, and there's one we're looking at.
I like this.
Tyler, you know, what he lacks in size, he makes up in hustle. I mean, he gets a lot of rebounds too. I think that's a great value.
You can tell in the picture he's got a good body. Look at that defensive form. Down, hands out, the calf. Yep, Seth pointed out the calf looking good. I mean, he's just
the calf guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jake, rip.
Yeah, Jake. Yeah,
He's
Jake's
not
very
dead.
dumb.
He's just playing rugby.
is Jake not like?
No,
Shout
his
out,
daddy's
Jake.
out.
Let's go Kutztown rugby. We're big Kutztown rugby guys here.
Yeah.
Except when your tickets out there cost $58.
Kutztown
That's a
rugby
little
pod.
suspect. That costs $58.
Because
Good
rugby
idea.
draft show.
Yeah, not
We're
pod.
one per day. We're making the trip.
41 per day. That's 31 more than it should
We're
be.
making the trip. We're making the trip.
All right, enough about Jake. We're gonna move on to the next pick.
Never enough about Jake. Continue.
Alex Rotelli to Seth.
Oh.
So this is actually where I'd like to bring in Seth. To talk about this pick if you'd like to come in. Just you know what?
The pro.
Let me use some.
You get out.
Some simple math here. 10 points, 2 per game. Only played 5 games.
That's
He's
in the
only 10
con.
stitches.
It's already there.
Oh my! I can't see the.
Yeah, a little blocked.
There's a camera in the way.
Yeah. So I mean, I gotta ask you about this pick. I mean, I think it's a good value pick. Now, who do you think is your biggest competition in the championship?
For the chip,
Yeah.
definitely not your team.
Yeah.
Got him.
It's Tyler's team.
Let's see. I don't know. I like Austin's size. Austin's team.
Now,
has a
see,
lot of
that's what I'm
size.
thinking right there. Austin's
Yeah.
your biggest competition.
Because
Now,
we
obviously,
have
Direct
team.
counter.
in the
Yeah.
postseason, there was a little history between Tommy and Alex with the SWAT and the suspect time.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking at right here?
You know, I'm just looking for players who are gonna play a lot physically.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm not the biggest guy in the court.
Yep.
So I'm trying to back myself with some bigger guys. And
Now, obviously, there's been some rumors floating around as well with your comments about Jake Rice. I mean, you're always kind of sexualizing
you know,
it.
that's
I mean, let's take a look at this
I'm not
picture.
looking to get into that right now. Maybe if I win another championship, would be impressed enough with me and
Yeah.
come out of the West Coast. But we'll see.
He has an injury history.
But
right?
I mean,
he has an injury history, right?
Yes.
All right, good. We're shooting for the knees. That's how we'll get him. That's
Oh
what he said.
gosh. Okay.
what I was kind of alluding to is that did Alex's looks play into his picks at all?
You know, I'm not gonna disclose that on camera. I'm not feeling comfortable. I feel targeted.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say that he's a
Safe,
good,
safe, safe.
Here,
good-looking
here.
man.
Safe, safe.
Yeah.
And he's physical.
I'll help you out with different wording.
All right.
Is this a pick where you see a specimen
Yes.
has a lot of potential,
Yes.
and you want to try to develop him
Yes.
through the process?
Yes.
I think
Okay.
you want to hire
Very
him as your
accurate.
PR right there. I mean,
Very
that was a
accurate.
pretty good answer.
Yeah.
But no, thanks for coming on the show. I think right now your team is looking pretty good. I
Excellent.
think you did well in your draft.
Are you looking for a trade? Is that?
I know, I'm working with my boys. We're good. We're going to be fine.
Yeah, he's trying to get traded.
I remember
Like
like
the team's trade contact.
we're going to be, we just had Seth, so we're going to be going to Connor at the end of the round. Another member of my team. Let's see who we got. Burke. That's good. I like Burke. No, I like Burke in this spot. I mean, I don't know how many games he showed up to last year. Do we know?
One maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only issue is...
No. Last year we showed up to a handful. He
Did-
showed up to a
okay.
bunch.
Alright, that was after I left. Yes.
I mean, he brings, for 5th round, he brings good defense. He can score a little bit. I mean, 2.5 a game out of the 5th round is pretty good. I didn't look at that. What's that stat say at the bottom there?
Has never over 10 points in a season.
Okay, that's fine. But that, you
he,
gotta think...
he has a title under his belt.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has. He knows how to win a championship, and you gotta figure that's a little down because maybe he didn't show up to as many games in one season, so...
I like Burke's like locker room like presence.
Yeah.
He's a nice little.
That's
He's a
true.
friendly guy.
Yeah,
you know,
Burke's a
he's
good guy.
he's got your back. He's gonna
Yeah.
be just. He's keeping it loose out there. I mean, I like him on a good team though.
How do you feel about him on an above-average team?
Well, because isn't he a starter at this projected pick?
Nah, he'd be first guy off the bench because he's 5th round, so Connor would be on the team as captain.
Okay.
But I mean, that's going so
Oh, that's
well.
not a bench guy. It's better than I thought. I thought he was your
Yeah, he'd
starter.
be out, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's just based off draft position, too.
Well, yeah.
We'll see who else Connor grabbed here at the start of the 6th.
Yes!
Let's get it.
Yes!
Connor.
Great pick! Great pick! Unbelievable pick. I love this pick here. This kid, he's got
Oh,
it.
it is.
He's got it.
All right, let's hear about it. I'd love to hear.
All right. So it's not traditional. It's different. And that's how he does everything. But guess what? When it works, it's a huge momentum boost. You're like when he hits a nice little like double spin move, like layup off the top of the backboard, you're like, fuck, dude, we gotta get this going,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Like, you just gave us a bucket, time to fire
That gets
out,
the
baby.
game going, yeah.
So
It
you
does.
say the Gazelle's a spark plug?
I love this pick. Absolutely.
And
I want him on my team. That's how much
I'm
I
gonna be
like
honest
this guy.
too. The Gazelle, I mean, he has some issues on the offensive end with turnovers. I think that's kind of hard to hide. But on defense, he
Physical
plays
defender.
physical.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I tried to drive past him a few times. He needed me in the knee, so I'm happy that I won't have to face him this year.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to have that on my squad.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I like Paul. He's a good defensive player. Last year, he hit the side of the backboard one game. I got kind of mad at him. Next game, he showed up at warm-ups. He was like, Tommy, I'm not going to do it again. Next shot he took, hit the side of the backboard again. But he's a good defensive player. He's a good guy.
And actually a recent graduate of Thaddeus Field.
Yeah.
So congrats to him.
Yeah,
That's
in
Paul.
the electrical business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So happy to have that too.
Yeah.
Move on to the next pick. We got Seth selecting a
Nice.
seductive looking pick.
Nice. Hey.
Glad to have
Hey.
Petey. Oh, we have another captain in the
Another
building.
captain.
Sean just came in here. Glad to have Petey on this team. Seth, you happy with that?
Oh, very, very pleased. I know he's on a little road trip right now.
Yeah.
I know he's hitting up LA. Maybe he'll hit up like Muscle Beach or
He's
something.
in South
out,
Dakota right now.
learn a little bit.
Yeah, he actually is in South Dakota right now.
What a man. See him Mount Rushmore.
Okay, Brad, anything?
I mean, PD was on my team one time.
And how was that?
I mean, he's reliable when he comes to the games, and he does have a pretty good, not quite mid-range, but like a step in from mid-range.
Yeah.
Like a
He
six
can hit that,
Yeah.
and I mean,
The node.
PD, yeah,
Yes, exactly.
it's his own little node, yeah. And I mean, if he can get the ball into his hands, he's gonna hit. And I mean, he can get. It says there he has a microwave badge. Once he starts hitting,
Yeah,
you
he
just
can
keep
heat up.
feeding him.
The only thing I'd worry about with Pete, I mean, obviously the body's an issue, right? We have to bring that up. It's in the notes. With a road trip going on, not a lot of moving, a lot of sitting, a
That's
lot of
true.
like gas station food. I mean, I know Seth, you tried to twist it and throw Muscle Beach in there, but I'm thinking snack Pound Town. That's how I'm gonna put it. And might be a little bit extra LBS when he reports for the first game.
My only other concern with P is I believe I played Sean twice, right? Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe.
Put me on the spot.
Let me check the schedule.
Let me check the
Pretty sure I
spreadsheet.
played him twice. If I do, Pat Durant is on that team. Petey's got to cover Pat twice. That's the only issue I have.
Well, at least we'll have another highlight this year.
Exactly.
So we're gonna
Playing
move,
fun.
we're gonna move on now to Sean's pick in the 6th round. Eddie B.
Eddie B.
Who's a solid selection. Sean's on
Nice pick. Nice pick. Nice. Yeah, the streets. Big facts. And he's a grinder. He likes to
Yeah,
fight
he's
down
a-
low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
As a grown ass man.
that's facts. The only question with that is just wait, is Ray on this team?
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not saying that then.
Why? Do they not like each other?
I mean, it's a little. I mean, what CON thinks. I don't think Ed will show up a lot of Rays there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, well that's some insider information that not much of the league had. So.
Yeah, I'm just trying to report the news.
And those stats don't really show how much Abe
Just try to keep it authentic here.
Abe brings a lot more to the table now.
Yeah, I agree. He brings a lot more to the table, 1.7.
Yeah.
If we had to rebound for stats, he'd probably be up there in
Yeah.
7, 8.
College the street.
Yeah. All right, moving on now to the next pick. We have Austin Kingsley selecting Joel Rico.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it.
This is such a value.
That's such a
pick.
value.
That's
absurd.
They talk about stashing people over in Europe in the NBA draft. We have a southern stash here. Joel's going to be down in
Georgia?
Atlanta. Yeah. His hometown of Atlanta, even though he
ATL stand
ATL,
up.
Yeah. He's also...
Yeah, I called
Yeah.
him. Called him during the draft. I called him before he didn't answer. He gave me a call, I believe, in the second round. I said, Joel, what's the probability that you're going to Penn State after Georgia? He said it's a literally 50-50 toss.
Now, here's what I want to bring up at this point in the draft. Jolie, he's a 50-50 to come to any game, right? There's a 50% chance he doesn't touch the Oakland courts once. He gets picked in the 6th, and we say, oh, great pick. I picked Seth in the 5th. He goes 2 games, gets me 2 wins, and that's the worst pick ever?
There's a
Yeah,
100% chance he
yeah.
wasn't going to be there for the playoffs.
JD, here's the thing. When you're on the hot
That's a
seat,
very
every
good point.
every pick gets like elevated.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're always under the microscope, so...
That's why
you
I lost
lost,
team
you
anymore.
lost your job. You can't like.
I resigned. I want to
Oh, alright.
But, I mean, Joel, obviously, good player. If he shows up, that's a great pick in the 6th
Yeah,
round.
I mean,
So, I mean, that's
When Joel shows up
Yeah.
and we hoist that ship,
If Joel shows up, I think you got a good chance to hoist that shit.
If Joel shows up and they hoist a chip, I think he's got to be in the Hall of Fame this year.
Start the Hall of Fame campaign now.
He's probably the most winningest.
He is the winningest player in
Yeah, the
OBL history.
winningest player
Is this the
ever.
same year as this one?
Back-to-back
I
chips.
think so.
Yeah, I guess
That's just how it is.
Yeah. All right, now we'll move on to the next pick. We have Owen picking
Wow.
Defram out of St. Joe's. He's on.
That's a nice kick. Yeah.
Actually,
Sexy, man.
interesting note
Wow.
about this picture. Just happened to be scrolling through Instagram one day, and John McCormick tried to call him out on this picture. He said,
I remember.
he said, quote, "Why do you post this every other month?" And he responded with, actually, let me pull it up for reference. You guys talk about this pic.
Well, alright, well, this pick, I mean, I like it. You're looking off in the distance, it's a cornfield, you know, some, like, you don't know what's happening out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe some,
It's mysterious.
some business,
Yeah.
but, I mean, I like the chain,
Weight
one
training.
hand in the pocket, a little wristband there. You got some muscle definition right in the bicep area. You see the pectorals? The pectorals looking nice, flat tummy. I like it. It's a solid pick.
So after some investigative research, John McCormick said, "Why do you post this picture every month?" And he said, at John McCormick, he didn't even sell him. He went right in his head, said, "Why are you paying so much attention to my profile that hard, you fucking weirdo?" So, I mean,
Big time facts, honestly. Big time facts. If you're a dude calling out another dude's picks, I mean,
I mean, what
it's
we
a little
saw there,
sus.
Def from the money is an alpha. That's
Yeah,
what we see.
Yeah.
You know, OBL Trash Talk will get a little dicey sometimes. You know that he's going to be out there spitting back at people. So
But
that's what I like to
last
see.
year-
The availability is just.
Last year in the playoffs,
Yeah, a little sus.
there was a little over a quarter streak where he did not even hit the rim. So I like to throw that out there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely hot, cold player. But
Best.
see what happens.
I like the pick.
Now moving on to Owen in the 7th round. Is this our last round? We have an
Owen's
abridged
last
round. Yeah. Jay out of Penn State.
I like it. I like it.
Good pick.
As you can see, he does it all. Take a look at the fun facts up there. I mean,
Owns alpacas.
Why is he
Big
under
bribe.
investigation?
because it just came out actually that he bribed captains 2 years ago with lottery scratchers and also monetary pay to be on teams.
I can't confirm.
Seth,
Did
can
you
confirm.
accept?
I'm a
You
huge
never-
fan.
you never-
That was my championship run. I couldn't have him play like that.
I got you.
But no, I mean, 7th
If
round,
that's
first
not
pick.
dedication, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
So
Jay's
there not gonna be
definitely-
sanctions?
No, I don't think so.
It's
Because I think
decent.
all captains were equally tainted.
I don't think I was ever.
Why were the players not paid?
That's a little disappointing.
We're not probably
I want to be paid.
bring it up. With
You know
the,
what? We're holding out.
Okay.
I'm calling
Austin
this as a
Steve-
team. We're holding
Austin
out.
Steve
We're
holding
holding out. Until we
But no,
get
I mean,
paid.
so
We just want one scratcher for a team. That's all we want. We just want one as a team. We'll split the profits.
I think I can do that.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Your
so yeah.
move, Demarco.
I'm not captain anymore, so I'm doing it.
Well, you brought it up, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jay, good value in the 7th round. He'll probably show up for Owen's team, so that's good.
Yeah, I like it.
Move on now to Austin's pick in the 7th. We have
Yes.
Big Viv.
Let's go.
I mean,
Well,
look,
that is the
honestly,
most
if I had to guess one pick before the draft that I was putting money on after Evan first overall, I had to take Big Viv here. Austin, huge Big Viv guy.
How do you not love Big Viv?
He's coming to games.
Force.
I can say
He's the
too.
man.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, big thing.
he threw up in a few games last year, but I think when I asked him about one game, it happens.
Listen,
And I took a class with him this.
The kid loves to boost.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Are you on here, DeMarco?
I'm not talking
Okay.
trash. I love the Big Viv pick. I had a class with him this semester, and I asked him how he was feeling about OBL. He seemed excited. Said he was getting ready, getting in shape for it. So that's what you like to see.
Oh.
And we actually just had a review of
Spoilers.
Sean's next pick. Let's see who we had.
Johnny B.
Johnny B.
Nice pick. Like Johnny B. Another guy like E. Burke. Nice guy. Just keeps it loose out there.
Yeah.
Fun, but I mean, at the same time, he's going to take care of business out in the court.
He's been
Is
on my
this
team for
Tom?
multiple seasons now. He's a reliable bench player.
Yeah, see,
You
exactly.
know he's only going to show up for maybe 2 or 3 games.
You
But
need
those
to
2 or
know
3
he's there,
games,
he's
your
effective.
spirit's going to be higher than that.
You need players like that, where it's like when they show up, you're like, hey,
Yeah.
Johnny
Yeah,
B.
let's
Yeah.
get That's a very big morale booster.
Yeah, play for
That's
Johnny
how
B.
they
I mean,
come
that's
in, yeah.
just, it's how it is.
No, nice. We'll move on now to Seth's pick in the 7th round. See if we can get any late steals here. Cole Seaman out of Pitt Johnstown.
Who's
Cole.
Who took him?
Seth.
So,
Alright, I like it.
Cole, I can tell you from my team last year, played some great defense and also added a little bit to his offensive game. I mean,
That's what I was looking for. I missed out on lockdown lean. I missed out on what's ball?
let down
Clapdown
too.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, let down Kyle or let down Lampard.
Yeah.
Clapdown Kyle.
Oh, clamp down.
Until
Kyle.
he's let down.
I missed out on both of those
God.
picks, so I was going with the next best defensive-minded player that was on the board, and that was Cole Seaman.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to play physical.
Do you also have Pete?
Yes, which is
So you got 2 players.
I'm
that
not
are
deep. I'm not deep. I have
Yeah,
6
no.
guys.
Not gonna be here until June 1st or around there, And I mean, they're not in shape when they're coming out of that car. I mean, they're not.
I think I
showering
trust.
today in LA.
Cole-
I trust Cole to stay in shape.
Cole will be
Yeah.
fine.
Cole's got the bod to
That's
stay
true.
in shape.
That's
Yeah.
And the mustache. We're going to move on now to the last pick of the 7th round. We have Connor, another addition to my team, Jay Chang. Nice.
Thoughts?
Jay Chang, if he
Oh,
shows up, I'm
Great
happy
point
with it.
total.
He knows exactly how many points
You know,
he's got.
honestly, you gotta retire at that point. Just call it, just say nice, call
He
it a
could be
career.
retired. He said he's going to be gone for 10 weeks and not sure which 10 weeks he'll be.
Yeah. That's my
It
issue
might
with the pick.
be, might be a perfect ending.
Yeah, my issue with that pick is we don't know if Jason's going to be coming. If he comes, I'm happy to have him on the squad, though. And I think he's a good value this late in the draft. So now we're going to move on to the tail end of the 8th round, or the front of the 8th round. Donnie,
Donnie.
good pick.
Not as good as his brother's pick, but I like it.
Pretty high points per game this slate.
He's related to that from. Yeah, good point. Good point.
Another guy out of St. Joe's. So
Call
clearly
will never die.
they're creating talent down there.
A lot of St. Joe's talent in this draft.
Yeah. I mean, he's averaging 5 points a game. I mean, he's only showed up to 6. But I mean, if we can get him out there in the games, hopefully he shows up a little more for Connor. We're getting 5 points a game with that squad. We're in good shape.
Good points.
He's also a question mark as far as availability is when he's leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's got plans to
Sometime
leave it.
around.
Him and
Yeah,
Denver
his
are leaving
brothers.
sometime in June. That's
Okay, so we're gonna be thin. We're gonna be thin moving on in the year, but that's
Going back
fine.
to the motherland.
Is that facts?
Yeah.
Joining the army?
that pinky
Going back to
dislocation was
Albania.
one of the
Yeah.
coolest
Yeah.
things and worst things I've ever seen.
I did not see that.
All right, nice. We're gonna move on now to Seth. Does he do it? No, he doesn't. Jeff Atella.
I like
So
it.
I think we all know what's happening next. We got Jeff Atella out of Temple.
Oh no, we got 2 more picks.
2 more picks.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
that's
Good
wild.
idea.
I know one of them. I can't say I know.
I don't know the other guy. Any thoughts on Jeff? Rookie of the year, right?
Rookie of the year. That's
Rookie of the
just what
year.
you need, yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah,
other
it's like
rookie of the year
race.
candidate's gonna be out here.
You need people with
Accolades.
Some moxie.
accolades, yeah,
Yeah.
some awards. I mean, I don't think anyone in the last couple of rounds had any awards. So I
No.
mean,
Did he win Rookie of the Year
Some
last year?
awards.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's a big time confidence boost coming into your second year.
Yeah, but you have to watch out because that's when the sophomore slump went.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you crunch the numbers, he had a bucket on the year.
That's
He's
what
6
won
points.
him.
Wait, it's-
Oh, I mean,
points, though.
yeah, my bad.
Playoff time, he showed up. He
Yeah.
put in 4 points.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's
Yeah,
what I
so
meant.
that's-
Bucket during the regular season.
That's like a double your output in the playoffs. That's pretty
He's a
cool.
big time player.
Yeah, that's prime time.
And since
player
everyone
right
makes
there.
the playoffs, you know you're getting a clutch player at the end.
True.
So.
Jeff the Smella Atella.
Yep.
See how he does.
All right.
I like it.
Moving on now to the second to last pick, Joey
Joseph.
Dwork.
Here we go.
Has a basket.
Yeah, he does. He has a bucket.
Oh, he got snubbed on Rookie of the Year.
It was a
Well,
playoff.
I don't know
it
if
was a
that's
playoff.
snow, but
Playoff.
he's 6
Coming
versus
in.
2.
Chip on
Yeah, I
his
guess
shoulder.
that's-
Let's do it.
He's got
Yeah.
a lot of proof.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
Sean?
think. There's. I don't think there's a sophomore slump in this guy because
Yeah,
it's like
'cause,
you.
I
out
mean,
of two
you have
guys,
to go up if you finish last in Rookie of the Year voting.
all
You're going up.
all
out of
Joe
the
has to
sophomore
worry
year
about
voting.
is his numbers versus Jeff's numbers. If he
Yeah,
outperforms Jeff,
Yeah,
you
they're
can't
kinda-
say it's a bad
They're
pick.
kind of
They will face each other twice during the year again.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the rivalry is me and Sean this year.
Nice.
All right.
Now moving on to Mr. Irrelevant,
Matty
There he
Cheese.
is.
Matty Sis.
Sucking down the water.
out of Coastal.
It's not college. It's
He
good.
probably ate that entire thing, including the peel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
getting
probably.
after it.
Probably impress some ladies down at
Chiz,
Coastal.
I'm gonna say in our first preseason scrimmages, we weren't playing at Oakborn. We were playing at the apartment courts. Absolute water from 3. I think he probably went 5 of 6. So I mean,
No way.
it's just
How?
5 of 6. He was
You know
absolute.
how? Because the 3 there is like 10 feet shorter.
Now follow me here.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
no, he was hitting them from deep. Yeah, but I mean not OBL deep.
No,
But-
the one was.
Yeah, that, he
Definitely keeping an OBL.
yeah he was probably 2 or 2 from OBL range, like 4 or 5 ish. So he's 8 or 9, whatever. Here's what I'm thinking. Smart pick here because we're not gonna be able to play.
It's the only option.
smart pick here. It's the last person you can draft. Very smart.
You can just not pick, I guess.
Yeah,
and just
put it to
defer
9.
it to the next person.
But here's what I'm
do
saying.
that? Like he's not allowed.
It's unprecedented, but he probably could. But no, here's what I'm saying. We're not going to be playing at Oakborn for at least a week throughout the year. So Matty Chiz that one game, if you shoot 8 and 9 from 3,
Wait, we're not gonna play the every game.
There's
No,
I don't
because
think
we're doing
I don't
renovations
think
to the court.
Evan's gonna shoot 8 of 9 for 3 in a real life game.
they're resealing the courts. So
Yeah.
Yeah, was it OBL level defense at the scrimmage?
It was tighter defense than OBL.
Ball was on him for some of the shots.
Yeah.
That could be problematic though, because I mean.
So I
you
mean, if
have
he's
more
in
time to
that
think
one game,
about
you're
it.
good.
Yeah.
You just gotta try and rein him in. And also
It's
insider
gonna lie.
information is Austin and Chiz have a nice little coaching connection. I've seen it live before. Austin has coached Chiz the greatness. In a 2v2 game, he actually took down a squad of me and
Yeah, that was at my house. I
Yeah.
remember that.
I don't know whoever it was though. I mean, Austin and Chiz shouldn't be winning many 2-on-2 games, but they did. So
Was Austin on the team where we told Chiz to pass the net or pass the puck into the net? Was that?
That was for
That was
that
first
was
quote.
from-
yeah, that's
Chiz
hockey.
probably was on a team. She was a bad team.
Yeah,
He said,
I
"We're
thought
really
that-
good at passing. Let's just pass it to the back."
I think Austin's gotta be happy getting Chiz there though. That's all I gotta say. All right, so
Again,
that's just
again,
Austin.
real
Yeah,
quick here,
thank
real
you
quick
for
here
this.
before we wrap it up. Pick a team that is not your own that is gonna win the chip. K-Brad, go.
I don't know who's on what team, so.
Let's try and power rank.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Um,
Let's try and power
It's just a
rank.
first glance. I don't need in depth here.
well, I'm glancing. I'll go with Austin's team.
Austin's team. Chris?
Well, you want power rankings or just a pick?
Yeah, he was the power
All
rankings.
right, quick one. Austin 1. I'm gonna go. This rings up. I'm gonna go.
Just slide the thing in.
I'm gonna go. Owen 2. Seth 3. Sean 4. Connor 5. It's tight in that like 1 through
I'll
4
get mine
range.
after.
1 through 4 is tight. I think 5's pretty set. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna go Austin 1. Connor will be locked up at 5. Then I'll go Seth, Sean, Owen. I'll say.
I guess I'll throw mine out there. So I said Austin was number 1, and then I might go Sean. I think Ray could be a force.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
I'm
cool.
Austin Ray's gonna show up.
Austin, Sean, Seth, Owen, Connor are my 1 through 5.
DeMarco?
Yeah, let me see what we got. Okay, so I'd say coming out of the gate, gotta be Austin's team. I mean, size is elite, talent is pretty nice. I mean, they're definitely the guys you want to be taking off. A close second's gonna be Seth. Seth, my pick is the OBL GOAT. Talent him with Rubel, Singer, and Yoder. And then TD is a veteran leader. And then that bench is pretty nice too. You got Alex.
They do good.
Cole's gonna add to D. And then Pete, I mean, when he's hot, he's hot. So they're 2. I'm gonna slide Owen's team to the 3 strictly. Actually, no, Sean's team's good. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna throw Sean's team 3. Laux, Pat, Ray. My only concern is if Ray isn't good, there's not a lot of depth on that team. So,
Yeah,
I mean, Cooper and Tyler are good players, but to be, the 3rd or 4th option, there are other teams with better guys there.
Yours?
Can't throw my team last.
I mean,
You know what?
can't.
No,
I think
we're
we
gonna be
can.
underdogs.
I think we can.
Yeah, you know what? Owen's team 4th. Evans and Dolph.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
If you're Owen, you have to be. That's gonna be like they're gonna fire out.
No, I got Owen's team 4th.
Oh,
I mean,
where'd you
Evan-
put your team.
No, I'll put my team 5.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were gonna put.
No. Owen's team 4, and then my team 5. But you know what? It is the year of the underdog. I think we're gonna come out with a chip on our shoulder.
You're the underdog.
It is the year of the underdog, and I think we're primed to make a deep run.
Breakout player.
Any closing thoughts? Any of the captains in the room that joined us? You excited for the year?
I am very pumped. Honestly, I'm ready to get going.
I think this is going to be one of the craziest years of the OBL. We
Yeah.
don't know who's going to
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah,
I think-
you
I
really
think-
don't.
And we know who will be bad.
Yeah, we can lock in a bet, but we can't.
One
lock in
thing's
a game.
guaranteed: it will be very low quality basketball.
Oh yeah.
I think
That's our personal guarantee every year.
I
We
think-
will make sure it is not too good.
I honestly think it might be a little more high scoring than previous years due to the spread of the court.
True.
Yeah, it was interesting in the scrimmage.
Because in the
We're good,
scrimmage
we're
that we
good.
played, we had 10 bodies. Kyle, what was the score of that game? Was it like 50 something?
50 to 50.
All right. Well, at this
Yeah.
point, we're just having a casual conversation. So I'm gonna wrap this up here. I think it's been a great night. I think some surprises in the draft.
Is it even night? It's 6. Alright.
Yeah.
Evening.
It's evening.
Evening.
Yeah. So good night.
Well, no, it's not. This is live. This is live. So whenever you're watching, is the time. That you
Yeah.
You've had some surprises, some good picks, some bad picks. So for next year, or this upcoming year.
Wait, what was the best
Get
pick or
excited.
worst pick in the draft?
Best pick?
Yeah.
Who do we got?
And
Evan.
Hey, I mean, if you're talking about the best player, I think.
Best pick is his first pick. Worst pick is the 15th pick. Figure it out.
Oh yeah.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Hot take from Tommy. All right, signing off. We have the OBL crew. Hopefully, Cole Seaman will be back at some point during the year to take his role back over. Safe travels to them, and thanks for tuning in.
Both of them on my team.